But you were committed. But you were committed.
I was like, I did that. Because I see us going before too. So
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? May I have your attention, please, as we begin the celebration of the 47th commencement exercises of Cambridge College. At this time, please welcome the faculty of Cambridge College, led by Chief Marshal Dr. Sandra Bridwell, as they salute the graduating class of 2018. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, please welcome the graduating class of 2018. They are being led by Cambridge College alumni representatives. Will the faculty please turn to welcome the graduating class of 2018? this time, will the faculty please turn and proceed to the stage and remain standing at their seat. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the college administrators, the Board of Trustees, special guests, and the President of Cambridge College. Ladies and gentlemen, I am pleased and honored to welcome you to the 2018 47th Commencement of Cambridge College. Please be seated. Well, good morning. My name is James Lee, Dean of the School of Undergraduate Studies, and I am delighted to share this very important day with you. But as we recognize this special time together, we are also reminded of the members of our college community that we have lost this past year. At this time, let us observe a moment of silence for those we are dearly missing on this significant day. Thank you. Ushers, please allow our additional guests to enter and take their seats at this time. Thank you. And may I also please remind everyone to remain seated throughout the commencement ceremony in respect to our graduates. Thank you very much for that. At this time, I would like to welcome Reverend Cheng In Tan to the podium to offer the invocation. Reverend Tan.
Thank you. Thank you. Buenos dias. Sắc passe tout le monde. Ni hao. Kính chào quý vị. Lu hô bố. Bon dia. Bonjour. Good morning, everyone. Let's bow our heads together and let's pray. Let's call on the great spirit of life and love, great spirit of wisdom and compassion that we all call by many different names. We come together today before you, united with one heart and one mind, to give thanks and to ask for blessings as we celebrate the perseverance, the hard work, and the accomplishments of Cambridge College class of 2018. We give thanks for the unbounded love and wisdom that has created the vision of Cambridge College. We salute the leadership, our president, the board, the professors, the staff who have helped so many lives reach for more and to become more of who they can be. Each student's accomplishments is a testimony of hope, a triumph that indicates that all things are possible, where there is vision, opportunity, love, and community. Great Spirit, as we celebrate the success and the hopeful future of those graduating today, remind us all of the preciousness of all life. Remind us of the threads that weave our lives together and our worlds together. And remember that our collective freedom and happiness means no one must be left behind. Our happiness and our freedom is one. Great Spirit, guide each student to reach his or her human potential for a better life, touched not only by success, but with compassion and love. Bless each one that each may live, love, and give of their best to right the inequities and rewrite possibilities for a world of justice and peace. For the future is ours to shape for our children and our children's children. And now is the time. In the name of that which you call most holy, most precious, dear Spirit, please pour your blessings on us today and every day. Amen.
Thank you, Reverend Tan. May I now ask that you please stand and remove your caps for the national anthem sung by Miss Athene Wilson.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light the land of the free and the home of the
Thank you, Miss Wilson. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, I am pleased and deeply honored to present to you Cambridge College's President, Deborah C. Jackson.
Thank you so much, Dean Lee, and thank you, Athene, for what is always the most beautiful rendition of a song that means so much to us and challenges us today to help make this society of ours, our country, hold true to all the concepts that are expressed in that song. Thank you so much. So good morning, everyone. Good morning. I'm so happy to welcome all of you to the 47th commencement of Cambridge College. Class of 2018, today is all about you. I don't know about you, but I've had those moments where someone, often my husband, is saying to me, "This is not about you. We're not talking about you." And I know you've experienced that, but this is the one moment, one of the moments in your life when you can say back to the loved one or anyone else who's saying that, "This is indeed today all about me." After all of your work, trying to figure out how you would get everything done in 24 hours, running from work into the classroom, not eating sometimes in between, and hoping that the grandparents picked up the children. You have gone through a long journey to be here today, so it is really all about you. So graduates, bear with me for one moment while I say a few remarks about people who are here today other than you, in addition to you and supporting you. First, I would like to recognize and acknowledge the members of our Board of Trustees. We thank you for the work, your service, your leadership all year long, and thank you for being here with us today, our trustees. I also want to thank the members of our leadership team, our managers, our directors, our executive team, for the work that they do all year as well to make sure that the college is in a safe place and sustainable not only for you but for the future and for future graduates. I want to thank our academic leadership, our provost, Dr. Hilda Healy, who you will meet in just a few moments, our deans, Dean Needy Seth of our School of Psychology and Counseling, Dean Marianne Joseph of our School of Management, and Dean Mary Garrity of our School of Education. Thank you so much for the leadership you provide in our academic areas. And Dean Lee, who stood here a moment ago, who you've already met, the Dean of our undergraduate school. I want to thank our faculty. Our faculty are committed singularly and with ferocity to you and your development and your accomplishment. I've heard from so many of you that one or more of your professors often saw something in you that you did not see in yourselves. And what do they do for you, and how does it manifest itself today and as you cross this stage? They have prepared you to enter this world, a complex world with many challenges, so much more prepared with knowledge, skills, and the tools to navigate successfully. So thank you to our faculty who also join us today on our stage. Behind the scenes, we have a staff that work every day. They're here with us. They're working in the aisles. They're getting you seated. But they're the ones who make all of those transactions easy, getting the transcripts, getting financial aid forms filled, making sure that you're enrolled in the right classes, advising you on which classes to take. So they're often the staff who are behind the scenes, but I want to recognize and acknowledge them today, and they are here with us as well. I want to thank our honored guests, today's honorary recipients. Robert Rivers, an extraordinary business and civic leader who embodies doing well by doing good, Yvonne Garcia, a nationally recognized leader and advocate for the Latino community, and Karen Holmes Ward, who for over 30 years has given voice to thousands of untold stories of achievement in communities of color. You will hear more about them and from them later in the program, but we are honored to present them with honorary degrees today, and we thank them for joining us today. Thank you so much. I want to thank the family and friends who are here today. This is always such an important moment for me because I know so many of the stories of students who attend Cambridge College. And I know, as you know, that were it not for your safety net, your network of support, you simply would not be here today. I'm sure that there are many family members and friends who think that their name should be on your diploma as well, and deservedly so. But these are the members of your system and your network who love you, who encourage you, who say just the right thing at the right moment when you're feeling down as though you might not be able to take that next step. And in very pragmatic terms, they're the ones who pick up the kids when you can't be there, who cook dinner for you, sometimes do the laundry. They make it work for you to make this work. And so to all the families and friends who are out there, I say thank you. We've all heard that poem, Footprints in the Sand, and it's a metaphor for what happens as you take a journey with someone in life. This network of family and friends who love you are often the ones who are carrying you when there are only one set of footprints as you've gone through this journey. So thank you for this, thank you to family and friends for all that you've done for our graduates. Let's give them a round of applause. Before I go on to say just a few words to our graduates, I do want to make special recognition of our staff, our students, and graduates from our Puerto Rico campus. As we all know, this past fall, Hurricane Maria hit the island of Puerto Rico, and it has been recorded as the worst disaster ever to hit this area. We know from recent reports that thousands have been added to the death tolls. Thousands have been left without homes or homes that are damaged, and in many parts of the island, families are still without power. In the immediate aftermath of the storm, we were very worried. We could not reach anyone. They could not reach us. There was no power. There was no internet connection. It was simply, we went into darkness and silence. And then very quickly, the staff and the leadership of our Puerto Rico Center began to mobilize to open the center back up and to find our staff, our faculty, and our students. One by one, we got messages on email, on Facebook, social media. Every morning, I got a count of how many people we had heard from. And one by one, they returned. 100% of our staff came back. Almost all of our students came back. And today, we have 13 of our graduates here with us today. Stand up, Puerto Rico, stand up. You are emblematic of all that this college stands for. We are so grateful for your persistence, for your strength, for your courage. Many of our students came back when they did not have power in their home, when they did not know perhaps how their loved ones were doing. We are so grateful for what you have done and for being here today. Thank you so much. I want to share just a brief message with you because, of course, the most important part of today is when you walk across this stage. Couldn't hear that. But every year I think, what can I say? This is my 7th year as your president, and I feel as though I've said it all. But every year I'm inspired by something. It might be a book that I'm reading, a song that I hear. It gives me a message that's about you. So today, I'm reflecting on a poem by a distinguished poet, Robert Frost, who presented us in a poem called The Road Not Taken, an elegant metaphor for life. In it he says, 2 roads diverged in a yellow wood. Sorry that I could not travel both. being one traveler. As long as I stood, I looked down one as far as I could, to where it bent in the undergrowth. I shall be telling this story with a sigh, somewhere in the ages hence, meaning in the future, that two roads diverged in the woods, and I took the one less traveled. And that has made all the difference. So I want to talk to you for a moment about what this poem means to me. This is a poem that has been analyzed, debated. What was Frost thinking? What was the message here? There are some who have said he's at the end of that journey and looks back and wonders, as reflected and demonstrated by the sigh, did I take the right road? Would I have been in a different place if I had taken the other road? There's also a moment in the middle of the poem, which I did not read, when he actually wonders if it matters which road he takes, and whether or not if he makes the wrong choice, he can go back and travel down the other road also. At some moment at the end of the journey, he realizes that this is not possible. And in the end, as a reader, we're not really sure whether he is happy with his choice or whether he has regrets. We will never know for sure, because in all wonderful creative art, written, visual, so much is left to be interpreted by the reader, by the observer. So whatever others have said about this poem, I've loved this poem for many years. And so here's what I think it is saying to us. It is in its simplicity, speaking to us about a universal theme that confronts us and will confront you each and every day. It is about the choices we make in life. Every day, in big ways and small ways, we stand at a fork in the road. We ponder for a moment, or a long time, which is the right road to choose. In some instances, these choices clearly have the potential to be life-altering. Like the moment like the moment someone said to you, you should visit Cambridge College, and in a short while, sometimes without knowing how it happened, you find yourself sitting in a classroom, knowing that you have just made one of the most significant choices in your life. Other choices are not so obviously life-changing, like facing an opportunity where you can benefit or gain, but recognizing that you may have to compromise your integrity to do so. You might ponder that for a minute, thinking it's not such a big deal, or you will walk away and know it is wrong and make the right choice. Or finding yourself in the midst of hateful speech or discriminatory actions and choosing to go along, remain silent, and fit in because it's easier. Or choosing to speak up and take a stand for what is right, for what is just, and what is fair, even when you have to speak truth to power. Or when you are facing a wonderful new opportunity or promotion or a new assignment, and you pull back because you are afraid that you are not up to the task. Or making the choice to step up boldly and confidently, as I know you all will, knowing that you have prepared for this moment and for this challenge. Making a choice to be present when someone you love needs you, to be that person whose single footprints are in the sand, on the sand as you make that journey with them, or not showing up because you are too busy with other less meaningful callings. Each and every day, life forces us to make choices, and like the traveler, we will wonder along the way if we have made the right choice. We will wonder if we can go back and change it and get it right the second time. We will wonder whether or not we have chosen the right path as we stand at the fork in the road. And what I want to share with you today is that you have to choose wisely, choose boldly, take the road less traveled. For every choice you make begins to define who you are, both for yourself and for others. Choose with integrity, honor, and principles. Do the right thing even when no one is looking. Harvard professor Clay Christensen says in his book, How Will You Measure Your Life? The only way to avoid the damage to yourself and to others of moral concession is to never start making them. Walk away. Choose with love, compassion, and understanding. Protect, nurture, and preserve what matters most to you in life. Those who have nourished and supported you. Relationships with family, friends, and your fellow humankind. Your relationships are the greatest source of support and happiness that you will ever, ever have. Build a life of loving relationships with others. Choose boldly and courageously. Take the road less traveled. In the words of Maya Angelou, if you are always trying to be normal, trying to fit in, following the pack, you will never ever know how truly amazing you are. Embrace what makes you special and different. And finally, choose to believe in, to stand for, and fight for what matters most in this world to you. For our children's right to attend school without fear of violence and death, because the adults have failed them and failed to remove guns from our society. For the rights of people, no matter race or ethnicity. For the rights of people, no matter what the race or ethnicity or national origin, to be free from unjust persecution. For the rights of families to have financial security to feed their children and to provide a roof over their head. And for the rights of immigrants who have helped to build this country. To feel welcome here. To feel welcome here. And for the rights of the individual to live their gender identity without persecution. Stand for something. Cambridge College has prepared you for the next leg of this journey. You have shared this experience with classmates from around the world who exposed you to the beauty of other cultures. You have been challenged by faculty whose prodding and demands for excellence have honed your conceptual and analytical abilities. You have made sacrifices of time and resources and sleep in pursuit of this dream, so you know your own strength and you know you have it in you. You have experienced the joy and affirmation of being a part of a community with a profound commitment to diversity and inclusion, with a shared set of values no matter our background. Do not take this for granted. It is not often found in other places in the world. And why do we have this here at Cambridge College? We have it here because of you. You, look around this room, look at your fellow graduates. The colors, the faces, the heights, everything about you speaks to the value of diversity and inclusion and embracing what makes each of you different and special. Never, never lose sight of that. We live in a time where our society rewards the superficial and the shallow. We applaud fame without substance. We revel in the scandalous and the notorious. You are people of substance, and we are counting on you to go out and change the world. As you leave here today, go boldly back, a proud alumni of Cambridge College. Hold us in your heart, hold us in your spirit, because we know that you will proudly wear Cambridge College forever. I love you, and Godspeed.
Thank you, President Jackson. It is now my honor to introduce our student speakers. Ladies and gentlemen, our first student speaker, Ms. Charlene Blake, is graduating today with a Bachelor of Science in Human Services from the School of Undergraduate Studies. Please help me welcome Ms. Blake to the podium to offer her graduate reflections.
Good afternoon. Madam President, Board of Trustees, distinguished guests, faculty and staff, friends and family, and of course, the graduating class of 2018. I'm so honored and humbled to be here with you today, representing the undergraduate class of 2018. And I believe I can speak for us all when I say we could not wait for this day to come. I remember watching my mother walk across the stage and receive her bachelor's degree in science. She studied elementary education. I remember that day as clear as today. She valued a good education, not only for her children, but for all children. My mother was my hero, and she was an example of how a woman could be a wife, a mom, work full-time, and still go back to school. She used her bachelor's degree to become the director at Martin Luther King Preschool in a Cambridgeport community where I grew up. And she made a major impact on the early development of children. She was also a member of the PTA of my elementary school, and she actually formed that committee, and she was the chairperson. So if you can imagine going to elementary school and your mother being the chairperson of PTA. So there was, everywhere I went, it was either, I know your mother, or I'm going to tell your mother. Fast forward many years later, in 2013, when I registered for classes at Cambridge College, I didn't know where I was going to go with my degree. And my mother had already been diagnosed with dementia, and her condition had progressed. And my path was just so unclear. And sadly, in 2015, my mother passed away. I was in my second year at Cambridge College, and I felt like giving up. And during my time of grieving, there were critics, there were naysayers, told me that I should put my education on hold, that my circumstances were too difficult at the time, that maybe I should just settle for what was being offered at my current place of employment. However, I was enrolled at Cambridge College. I had already invested in the Cambridge College vision of education that was preparing us to succeed and contribute to our communities and promote social justice. It was the faculty and you, my peers, so many of you. It was you and you and you, whether it was for the coursework and assignments or the long hours of classroom discussions, I was able to process my grief. And your voices were louder than the critics. And that is what persuaded me to continue. So you see, my fellow graduates, we're here today because no matter what, through determination and hard work, we stayed on course despite painful circumstances, despite hardships, despite setbacks. No matter what, we stayed on course. And now I can help the women that I work with stay on course. And the personal experiences and expertise of each faculty built our confidence and gave us the ability through a strength-based approach to help others, professionally and personally. Now, in a time of worldly issues, of greed, injustice, and inequality, on behalf of the undergraduate class of 2018, I would like to extend our profound gratitude to the Cambridge College administrative staff and all those that work behind the scenes that moved us into the new facility of 500 Rutherford Avenue. Your hard work and your dedication has not gone unnoticed. We thank you. We thank you. I would also like to state my appreciation for the undergraduate program's faculty, and not just for your dedication to the students, for the excessive reading assignments, for the 10 to 12 page research papers cited, to the 6 to 8 reflection summaries that was due all of the next class. We thank you. We thank you. And finally, to our families and friends. We couldn't have done this without you. We thank you for your never-ending love, patience, encouragement. We thank you for the money. We thank you for the prayers. We thank you for the rides. We thank the grandmas, grandpas, the nanas, the sisters, the papas, everybody that watched our children. We thank you. We thank you. Class of 2018, I want to encourage you. I want to encourage you to go out there and challenge the narrative. I want to encourage you to go out there and take this great education and continue to persevere. We are responsible now. We're responsible, like my mother and all the others that went before us, to go back to our communities that made us, that need us. And no matter what, continue to make a positive impact on this world for us, for our families, and for our communities. I leave you with a quote. I leave you with a quote from former President Barack Obama. We are reminded that in this fleeting time we have on this earth, what matters is not wealth or power or status or fame, but rather how well we have loved and what small part we have played in making the lives of other people better. Thank you. Congratulations, class 2018. We did it. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Blake, and congratulations. As you were listing off all of the assignments that we put you through, I started to feel a little guilty. But actually I don't, because I know it has made you and all of you stronger and unstoppable. So thank you, Charlene. Ladies and gentlemen, our second student speaker, Mr. Cordero Slash, is graduating today with a Master of Education degree in Mental Health Counseling from the Graduate School of Psychology and Counseling. Please help me welcome Mr. Slash to the podium to offer his graduate reflections.
Thank you. Boy, didn't Charlene make you want to run through a wall? All right. President Jackson, Board of Trustees, esteemed faculty, friends, family members, acquaintances, and to all of my hardworking, relentless, Dunkin' Donuts on a late night drinking student body. I am proud, honored, and humbled to stand here today as your representative for this graduating class of 2018. May we never forget this day. Now, I understand upon graduating that many of us are thinking about paying back those student loans, right? Right? But for me, yes, it's also about the loans. And you might not be scared, but I'm terrified. All right? In reality, in this moment, I'm thinking about how I'm gonna miss this place, how I'm gonna miss all of you. I'm also thinking about the journey. Now, I began my acclimation to the mental health field as a child, right here in Boston. Long before pursuing my degree in mental health counseling and becoming a family counselor, both work and personal experiences had shaped my worldview in such a way that I was painfully aware of how social constructs and the stigmas around mental health had impacted my life, my family, and likewise the communities that I worked in. Okay, give it up. Thank you. Thank you. All right. I grew up watching and being heavily affected by the mental health struggles of some of my closest relatives. I saw as some resisted and some sought out treatment to become part of the system that I now seek to put my imprint on. That ensuing thirst for knowledge as to why these issues affected my family and the lives of so many others I have come across to date started the day that I realized in order to help change my family situation, I would have to become the catalyst for the change that they sought. I would have to educate myself. This wasn't a comforting realization at the time. But as I look back, I'm proud to say that this is where I come from. I'm grateful these experiences helped to shape who I am. I am the product of Jamaican immigrants. That's right. I am the product of a blue-collar, hard working class household. I am the product of pride and sacrifice. That's what my mama taught me. I am a man who recognizes the value of a great education and the refusal to stop pushing forward no matter how much it aches. That's what my daddy taught me. And yes, there were many struggles along the way. I know challenges like you know challenges. The long nights working on assignments, the long days on the job, then on to a second job. I also know that challenges can make you much stronger and wiser for the wear if you choose to let them. They signify the sacrifices we make for our families, our communities, and our futures. For this very reason, I implore you not to let the challenges you face define you, but rather let your ability to overcome these challenges be what defines you. And when you find that strength, pass it on to others. Don't stop there. Further your education and let it give you the knowledge to help grow and uplift whole continents if you dare. I have seen that desire from the peers and the educators here with every thoughtful discussion that we have ever had after about the 16th TED Talk of the afternoon. Through our shared passion and commitment, there is no barrier blocking our path that we can't destroy. And this needs to happen so others can witness and can't deny that no matter how insignificant a person or their journey may seem at first glance, they have the power to influence and change lives. In conclusion, my life has been changed by coming to Cambridge College. By every professor, administrator, and support staff who encouraged me to be the leader that I always hoped I could be. And by you, my fellow graduates, who are leaders in your own right, just by making it this far. To you, I say, keep pushing, keep achieving, above all else, keep leading. Congratulations, class of 2018. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Slash, and congratulations, indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, here to sing our next musical selection, America the Beautiful, the incomparable Miss Athene Wilson.
Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountains' majesty above the fruited plain. America, God shed his grace feet, whose turn and press dress, the thoughtful fare for freedom's beat. Across the wilderness, America, America, God shed his grace on thee and ground thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea, and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea. Thank you.
Thank you, Athene. It is now my great honor and privilege to welcome to the podium the chairwoman of Cambridge College Board of Trustees, Ms. Susan Eiffel.
Good afternoon. My name is Susan Eiffel, and I am the chairwoman of the Board of Trustees. I am honored to call upon President Deborah Jackson to now come forward and preside with me over the conferral of the honorary doctorate degrees. I now invite Ms. Yvonne Garcia to join me at the podium. President Jackson, the Commonwealth of Massachusetts has authorized Cambridge College to confer honorary degrees. By that authority and the authority of the Board of Trustees, I have the privilege to instruct you to confer the following honorary degree upon Ms. Yvonne Garcia for her singular achievements. Yvonne Garcia is a global corporate leader, a national civic leader, and an impactful change agent. As the global head of client solutions and PMO at State Street, as an active leader of local and national communities, Yvonne serves as chairwoman for the largest Latino professional organization in the country, ALFPA. As a result of her vision and leadership, Yvonne has tripled ALPFA's, I'll just do the membership, to a record high of 80,000 members. Yvonne also serves as chair of the Hispanic Scholarship Fund for Boston, and she is the co-founding chair of Milagros para Niños, an initiative at Children's Hospital in Boston, which has raised more than $8.2 million in funds for Hispanic children who can't afford medical care. In addition, Yvonne serves on the Board of Trustees for Tufts Medical Center in Massachusetts and is a member of the Corporation for Partners Healthcare. Yvonne continues to lead the charge for women in business, and just this year she was featured again in Fortune magazine as one of the top 50 most powerful Latinas in the United States for the second year in a row. Yvonne was a recipient of Boston Business Journal's 40 Under 40 Award for 2008 and was selected as a top 25 woman for Hispanic Business magazine for 2009. In 2012, she was also selected as the top 5 Latina executives in the country by Latina Style magazine. And most recently, Yvonne was selected as one of the top 22 most influential women in Massachusetts by the Boston Business Journal for 2015, and named one of the top 12 leaders in finance in the country by Latino Leaders magazine. Yvonne holds an MBA from Boston University in Finance and Marketing and a BA from SUNY Albany. She is also a graduate of the Army ROTC program at Siena College in Loudonville, New York, and holds a certificate in economics and culture from La Sorbonne in Paris, and is a Six Sigma black belt. And in the midst of all these accolades, she also runs 9 marathons in the past 8 years in support of various charitable organizations. Acting on the authority of the Board of Trustees and the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, I am pleased to confer upon Ms. Yvonne Garcia the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, admitting her to all of its rights and privileges, in token of which we present you with this diploma and this hood, Dr. Garcia.
I now invite Karen Holmes Ward to please join me at the podium. President Jackson, the Commonwealth of Massachusetts has authorized Cambridge College to confer honorary degrees. By that authority and by the authority of the Board of Trustees, I have the privilege to instruct you to confer the following honorary degree upon Ms. Karen Holmes Ward for her singular achievements. Ms. Karen Holmes Ward is the Director of Public Affairs and Community Services, as well as host and executive producer of Cityline, WCVB's award-winning weekly magazine program, which addresses the accomplishments, concerns, and issues facing people of color living in Boston and its suburbs. Many notables include Oscar winners Lupita Nyong'o, Forrest Whitaker, Octavia Spencer, and Denzel Washington, and Oscar nominees Daniel Kaluuya, Taraji P. Henson, Oprah Winfrey, and Louis Gossett have been interviewed by Karen for Cityline. Cityline has been a recipient of the Associate Press, Massachusetts, Rhode Island Best Public Affairs Program, and numerous Emmy nominations. Karen also oversees WCVB's public service and community outreach efforts, including the station's work on Extreme Makeover, My Hometown, raising awareness about the need for affordable housing in the greater Boston area, and WCVB's first of its kind web-based initiative, Commonwealth 5. This online project promoted philanthropy by matching viewer donors with nonprofits via the internet and was nominated for a National Emmy Award. Karen served as executive producer for Return to Glory, a one-hour primetime documentary hosted by Emmy Award-winning actor Andre Braugher about the famed Massachusetts 54 Regiment. Return to Glory was syndicated nationally and seen in over 80% of the country. A graduate of Boston University's School of Public Communications, Karen has received numerous awards for her work in the community, including the National Academy of Television Arts and Sciences Silver Circle Award for Lifetime Achievement, Boston JC's 10 Outstanding Young Leaders Award, National Association of Black Journalists, Region Journalist of the Year, Big Sister of Greater Boston, Achievement Award, Urban League of Eastern Massachusetts President's Award, Woman of Courage and Conviction Award from the Greater Boston section of the National Council of Negro Women, Inc., among others. Please help me welcome Karen Holmes Ward.
Acting on the authority of the Board of Trustees in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, I am pleased to confer upon Ms. Karen Holmes Ward the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, admitting her to all of its rights and privileges, in token of which we present Ms. Holmes Ward with this diploma and this hood, Dr. Holmes Ward.
We're good. I now call upon Mr. Robert Rivers to please join me at the podium. President Jackson, the Commonwealth of Massachusetts has authorized Cambridge College to confer honorary degrees. By that authority and the authority of the Board of Trustees, I have the privilege to instruct you to confer the following honorary degree upon Mr. Robert Rivers for his singular achievements. Bob Rivers is the chairman and CEO of Eastern Bank, America's oldest and largest mutual bank, with 2 centuries of service to the various communities it serves. A passionate and visionary leader, Bob is driven by the belief that you can build a strong business by doing good and helping people prosper. During Bob's tenure, Eastern has built upon its long legacy of community service and philanthropy by developing a robust advocacy platform in support of various social justice and sustainability issues. Bob has been a leading advocate for advancing the cause of gender equity. He has testified before the Joint Committee on Labor and Workforce Development on 2 bills to encourage pay equity and more women on boards of directors in Massachusetts. He was an early signatory to the 100% Talent Compact, pledging to eliminate the gender pay gap, and the first male member of the City of Boston's Women's Workforce Commission. Fueled by Bob's commitment to gender equality, Eastern Bank committed $1.8 million directed to programs that focus on advancing women. Efforts on pay equity have highlighted wage disparities and social norms that constrain earnings power for women and girls, which are further exacerbated by the limited number of women in senior leadership positions. Bob has noted the needle has moved since 1818, when Eastern Bank opened with an account for its first customer, a woman, but not nearly enough, and has responded by launching the focus of grants to advance women. Driven by Bob's leadership and strong concerns about income inequality, Eastern Bank established a new $10 million foundation for business equity and forged partnerships with the Greater Boston Chamber of Commerce and the Boston Foundation in order to help address racial income and wealth disparities in Boston. Mr. Rivers is a graduate of Stonehill College in Northeastern Mass, earned a master's in business administration from the University of Rochester in Rochester, New York. Please give a warm welcome to our keynote speaker, Mr. Robert Rivers.
Acting on the authority of the Board of Trustees in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, I am pleased to confer upon Mr. Robert Rivers the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, admitting you to all of its rights and privileges, in token of which we present you this diploma and invest you with this hood. Dr. Rivers. And I present to you our commencement speaker today, Mr. Bob Rivers.
Thank you, Madam Chair, for that wonderful introduction. Thank you, President Jackson, for this tremendous opportunity, and congratulations to all of you, the class of 2018 of Cambridge College. Congratulations and many thanks as well to your families, friends, and other supporters, as well as the college's faculty, administration, and Board of Trustees, who all played a vital role in making this celebration possible. I'd also like to congratulate my fellow honorary degree recipients. I am truly delighted to share this recognition with Yvonne and with Karen, who I am privileged to call friends and community partners. As a 36-year community banker who started his career as a teller and a bank janitor, I'm truly honored and indeed quite surprised to be here. The semester before I was to graduate from college, my classmates and I received an assignment to write a business plan for our lives, outlining an ultimate career goal and the steps necessary to achieve it. Furthermore, in establishing this long-range target, the professor told us to aim high for something seemingly unreachable, with the idea if we did aim way up here, if we fell short, we'd be much further ahead than if we had set more reasonable expectations. This was a daunting task. Most of us were focused on getting a good job within the next few months and hadn't even begun to consider our careers over the next few years, let alone the next few decades. After a few days of thinking about this challenge, I decided to write down, become the president of the largest bank headquartered in Boston by age 40. I had no reason to think this was possible. I grew up in a working-class family in Stoughton, about 20 miles from here. I was only able to attend college by the grace of financial aid, which allowed me to earn just enough through part-time jobs to pay the difference. I was about to become just the second person in my family to graduate from college. No one in my family had ever been in banking, and I had no connections to anyone in the industry. In fact, I had just been rejected for a slot in a highly sought-after bank training program. However, by virtue of being a teller at my hometown bank, I was already in banking and I liked it. And the professor instructed us to aim high, so why not? Although I shortly thereafter obtained a great position in corporate finance, I didn't think about that assignment or that crazy goal again for a long time. But over the course of the next 20 years, through hard work, learning new parts of the business, taking risks, moving several times throughout the Northeast and Mid-Atlantic United States, and through a lot of luck, that seemingly ridiculous dream increasingly became a possibility, and at age 42, I became the president of Eastern Bank, the largest community bank headquartered in Boston. But over time, the more I reflected upon this journey, overcoming many challenges and relative disadvantages, the more I wondered whether something else had helped me too. Something over which I had no control and for which I could take no credit for whatsoever. More on this later. Although I've attended my fair share of commencements, this is the first time I have participated as a speaker. Unlike the typical event speeches that so many of us are asked or will be asked to give as part of our professional lives, this is a truly special opportunity and, frankly, a daunting responsibility. After all, it's not often that you get the chance to play a role, albeit a very small one, in one of the most memorable moments for so many people. Like the day of your wedding, the birth of your children, or the death of a loved one, graduations, whether they be from high school or college, are those by which we so often come to mark time in our lives as we think back upon the years that passed since that special day. So as a commencement speaker, you would like to celebrate this joyous occasion accordingly by saying something inspiring and memorable. As I thought back to my own college graduation 30 years ago, I immediately recalled that our commencement speaker was Bob Keeshan, better known as Captain Kangaroo, a role he created and played in a TV show with the same name, which was the longest-running nationally broadcast children's program of its day during the mid-50s and through the early 80s. One of the puppet characters in this show was Mr. Moose, who would tell riddles and knock-knock jokes that would result in hundreds of ping-pong balls falling on Captain Kangaroo's head. However, it was a memorable speech, not because of anything that Mr. Keeshan said, but instead because of the ping-pong balls the graduating students brought to the ceremony to toss up in the air while he spoke. And the more I thought about it, it actually wasn't my graduation at all, but that of a friend who graduated a year later. Honestly, I don't remember who spoke at my house school or my college graduations, let alone anything they said. So now that I've moderated your expectations regarding my remarks today, I thought I would start by talking about something that is truly memorable to those of us of a certain age. In 3 days, on June 6th, many in our nation will commemorate the 50th anniversary of the death of Senator Robert Francis Kennedy, who was assassinated following his victory in the Democratic presidential primary in California. It was just 63 days following the assassination of Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. that April. The sudden, violent, and tragic deaths of arguably our nation's two most ascendant leaders served to define the year 1968 as one of the most turbulent in our history, one filled with hope and promise, and disillusionment and despair. I call your attention to this not because one might describe today's social and political climate in similar terms, but instead because the words and actions of Dr. King and Senator Kennedy remain so important and so relevant 50 years later. Although these two American icons were never friends or even associates, they had a mutual respect for one another based upon shared values. Each cared deeply about social and economic justice and took action to make their world, our society, a better, fairer place. As a white male from Massachusetts who shares Bob Kennedy's first and middle names, the late Senator and former Attorney General has become increasingly meaningful to me over time as I developed my better self, much as he did over the course of his short life. In particular, during the years following the assassination of his brother, President John F. Kennedy, Robert Kennedy reached out to those not of his own experience in order to better understand the various injustices they faced and to take action to help address them. He became a champion of civil rights, joined migrant workers in strikes in California, and spoke out against the oppression of Native Americans. Photos of his visits with destitute children in rural areas throughout the South are among the most moving of those taken in his life. He embraced diversity and sought new learnings to better himself, his community, and his country, and he was embraced by many for doing so. Similarly, I have come to more deeply and personally understand continued conditions that impede equal rights and opportunity in our society and the workplace through relationship with others, not of my own experience. This understanding has moved beyond an intellectual one to one more compassionate and passionate, fueled by a shared outrage about the injustices experienced by those close to me, such as my own mother, who over 60 years ago was the first female valedictorian of her high school class, but was denied the traditional 4-year college scholarship typically awarded simply because she was a young woman. My first wife, who was ostracized by those closest to her when she began a new relationship with a woman who is now her wife. The many stories of friends who are subject to questioning, harassment, or worse, typically by those in authority, in circumstances in which I would never even consider that such things might happen. As a result, I began to wonder how much of my own success was made more likely because I am a white man. As a person now of relative privilege, I have come to recognize that I have an opportunity and indeed a responsibility to help drive necessary change and progress that has taken far too long to achieve. When I look out at all of you, I see Greater Boston's present and more vibrant future. What I don't see is the same picture among the corporate boards and C-suites of Greater Boston. And that will compromise our region's future if we don't all do something about it. I am proud to say that Eastern's board, led by the college's president, Deborah Jackson, and our most senior management team is today 50% women, people of color, and others who are considered diverse, such as those of the LGBTQ community. However, when you look at the boards and top management of most other private companies in Massachusetts, less than 20% are comprised of women, and less than half that percentage are considered diverse, as compared with about 2/3 of the state's population. That means that straight white men make up 3/4 of the leadership of our business community, even though those that look like me comprise only about half that, just 1/3 of the Commonwealth's residents. That's right, overrepresentation by 2 to 1, whereas everyone else, all women, all people of color, all those of the LGBTQ community are proportionally less than 1/2 of the proportion of those in business. Given this, is it any wonder that pay inequity, discriminatory workplace practices and culture, and the widening wealth gap, highly correlated along gender and racial lines, are the most troubling issues we are facing today? Dr. King once remarked, "I never intend to adjust myself to economic conditions that will take necessities from the many to give luxuries to the few." White male business leaders, in particular, must reflect deeply on our present condition and use our influence and resources, as Senator Kennedy did, and I quote, "to change a world that yields most painfully to change." Thankfully, business leaders are increasingly recognizing that greater diversity at the highest levels is not only a moral imperative, but an economic one. They are beginning to understand that developing a more robust, collective mindset, made so by those with different experiences and perspectives, is becoming more critical as they are faced with more complex challenges than ever before in a more rapidly changing world. Today's leaders are increasingly embracing the idea that greater social and economic justice is not only right, but smart. That their personal and their company's reputation and brand, their ability to attract the best talent, the performance of their business, and the strength of our community and our economy, indeed their very relevance and survival, are dependent upon it. It is a recognition that diversity and inclusion, engendering a true sense of belonging in one's organization, is not about aesthetics, not about window dressing, not about marketing images, but about developing the best strategic thinking towards achieving long-term success. However, despite these powerful forces of self-interest, so necessary for change to be truly sustainable, the impetus and instrument for such change will come from all of us here today. Herein lies your opportunity and your responsibility for each of you to do what you can to be that tiny ripple of hope that Robert Kennedy so famously spoke of. As Dr. King and the late Senator did, we must see the world as it is and not ask why, but instead see the world as it could be and ask why not. This is the very same question I began to ask myself when I looked around at those in my position in business and saw only people who looked like me looking back. We must all show up, stand up, speak up, provide insight, and take meaningful, constructive, and intentional action to exercise the moral courage that Bob Kennedy considered a rarer commodity than bravery in battle in order to engage others in this pursuit. In short, you must aim high, not only in your chosen field, but in your ideals, your beliefs, and your expectations of others and our society. And if you happen to fall short, know that you, our community, and our country will be so much further ahead, so much better than if you had settled for what others might consider more reasonable expectations. Given all that you've accomplished through your perseverance, your drive, and your many sacrifices to be here today, among the most memorable of all of your days, I know you are better equipped than most to undertake this challenge and continue the work and legacy of Dr. King and Senator Kennedy. Once again, congratulations and very best wishes for your future success. Thank you.
Congratulations and thank you, Dr. Rivers, for sharing your story and words of inspiration. And now, the time you've all been waiting for and worked so hard to realize. At this time, it is my distinct privilege and pleasure to call forward Chairwoman Susan Eiffel, President Deborah Jackson, and Provost Hilda Helly. After a song.
I'm not a stranger to the dark. Hide away, they say, we don't want your broken parts. I learned to be ashamed of all my scars. Run away, they say, no one loves you as you are. Won't let them break me down to dust. I know there is a place for us, for we are glorious. When the sharpest word's gonna cut me down, gonna send a flood, gonna drown them out. I am brave, I am bruised, I am whom I'm meant to be. Look out now, 'cause here I come, and I'm marching to the beat I drum. I'm not scared, I'm not ashamed to make no apologies. This is me. Come on, everybody. Another round of bullets hits my skin. Fire away, 'cause today I won't let this sight sink in. We're bursting through the barricades and reaching for the sun. Yeah, that's what we'll become. I won't let them break me down because I know that there's a place for us. Yeah, when the sharpest words gonna cut me down. When the sharpest words wanna cut me down. Gonna send the flood, gonna drown them out. Send the flood and drown them out. I am brave, I am bruised, I am who I'm meant to be. This is me. Look out, 'cause here I come. I'm marching to the beat I drum. Marching to the beat I drum. I'm not scared to be seen. I make no apologies. This is me. Come on, everybody. See, oh, 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 this is me. And I know that I deserve your love. I know I'm worthy of your love. When the sharpest words gonna cut me down, gonna send the flood, gonna drown them out. This is brave, this is bruised, this is who I'm meant to be. This is me. Look out, 'cause here I come. We're marching to the beat drum. I make no apology. This is me. Come on, everybody. See, whoa. This is me. Congratulations, you guys. Congratulations.
All right, so you see, I knew you were all waiting for that song. Now the other thing that you've all been waiting for. At this time, it is my distinct privilege to call forward Chairwoman Susan Eiffel, President Deborah Jackson, and Provost Hilda Helly.
Madam President,
Madam Provost,
I am pleased to report to you that the candidates here assembled have qualified in all respects for degrees by successfully completing curricula offered at Cambridge College and have been recommended by the faculty to be awarded the appropriate degrees in recognition of their academic accomplishments. The degree candidates will be presented to you by degree program and school. Madam President, it is my pleasure to present candidates for the Doctor of Education degree from the School of Education. Will the candidates for the doctoral degree of education please rise? Upon the recommendation of the doctoral faculty, I present to you the candidates for the doctoral degree in education leadership from the School of Education. Candidates, please come forward.
Where's your? Stay right there. Yvette Cologne Baroque. LaJeanne April Payne. By the power vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Cambridge College, it has been my privilege to confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Education in Educational Leadership. I do so with all the rights, privileges, honors, and responsibilities appertaining thereunto.
Madam President, I now present to you the candidates from the School of Education, School of Psychology and Counseling, and School of Management for the following degrees: Certificate of Advanced Graduate Studies in Educational Leadership, Certificate of Advanced Graduate Studies in Psychology and Counseling, Master of Education, Master of Management, and Master of Business Administration. Will all the candidates please rise? Upon the recommendation of the faculty, it is my pleasure to present to you the candidates for the aforementioned degrees.
By the power vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Cambridge College, it is my pleasure and my privilege to confer upon you the following degrees from the School of Education, School of Psychology and Counseling, and School of Management: Certificate of Advanced Graduate Studies in Educational Leadership, Certificate of Advanced Graduate Studies in Psychology and Counseling, Master of Education, Master of Management, and Master of Business Administration. I do so with all the rights, privileges, honors, and responsibilities appertaining thereunto. Graduates, will you please come forward? Terry Johnson Rogers. Yvette Colozo Rodriguez. Christina Moore Peters. Roslyn Mills. Lucy Molina.
Luis Constantine Salazar. Salim Susina. Kimberly Lagadinos. Sandra Jimenez. Karen Gonzalez. B. Kezwa. Jessica de Jesus Aceveda. Liana Bolin. Jennifer Baptista. Rit Sema Mechate. Hunan Aluiba. David Guffey. Kenneth McDowell. Megan Coulahan. Adina Galili. Okay. Nicole LaRue. Stefan Baron Davis. Montefusco. Christina Montefusco. Huh? Joan Jayla Wilson. Brittany Medeiros. Rebecca Trigg. You're welcome. Kevin Rodas. Kinsley McDonald. Kelsey McDonald. Evno Jr. Simone Marshall. Michelle Haggerty. Alicia Coletti. Miranda Gurr. Yuzu Jin. I'm sorry? Jean-Juc Tanzuwiko. McDade. Tyler McDade. Craig Lincoln. Patrick Periala. Casey Sway. Sarah Elizabeth Dow. Caitlin Elizabeth Palmer. Thomas Henley. Lexa Garafa. Jessica Spencer. Genesis Perez. Aaron Daltrey. Matthew Lemire. Bodkin. Christina Maria Bodkin. Cecilia Facey. Ina Antoinette Daniels. Felice. Amanda Felice. Nashleen Blaze. Fadiala Bouvet. Rachel Joseph. Brittany Joyce. Is it Caitlin? Caitlin Banfield. Christopher Grijalva. Benjamin Eldridge. Melissa Ansley. Hilda Rodriguez. Megan Spencer. Megan Corso. Francis Duncan. Faith Johnson. Elise Fonts. Ashley Palmer. Megan Lawler. Jennifer Murphy. Digon. Tara Digon. Jennifer Polston. Amale Avgustakis. Jennifer Ann Jackson. Oh, did I say? Sorry. Rachel Ann Jackson. Paula Purcell. Now I'm on the. How do you pronounce it? Amy Barondrat. Carolyn Mudge. Shayna Kenny Dana. Woohoo! Is it Shippy? Gretchen Shippy. Is it Alice? Bosses? Jamie Bosses. Claudia Catherine Cope. Is it Ledberg? Samantha Liedberg. Rebecca Ellis. Is it Christina Henke? Christina Henke. LaPrade. Christine LaPrade. Catherine LaPrade. Is it Perrin? Perrin?
Paula Parham.
What is it? Figueroa?
Nicole Figueroa. Lisa Spagnolo. Trudy Ann Alien.
Pierre Villamont.
Michelle Pierre Villamont. Heather Welch. Fatima Zora Katouche. Carrie Elizabeth Condon.
Rothwell?
Karen Rothwell.
Kennedy?
Carrie Kennedy.
Christina Paul?
Christina Marie Qualls. Robert Howes.
Jewel Perry?
Jewel Perry.
Congratulations. Hi!
Akil Montesser. Michael Alvario San Miguel.
Lorimal San Miguel.
Lorimal Ramirez San Miguel.
Okay, yep.
Adriana Santiago. Bravo Santiago.
Elizabeth Alsea.
Lisbeth Aulette Alsea. Lourdes Lopez Luan.
No, do it again.
Neka Arin Moss. Emily Santiago Hernandez. Rafael Fernandez Rodriguez.
Okay. Ali Santiago. Carrasquillo.
Ali Santiana Carrasquillo. Francesca Ortiz. Zaira Lopreta. Casey Nicole Sweeney. Tamara Penton Chester. Joanne Chevalier. El Dulce Brando. Alicia Lynn George. Ashley Lynn George.
What is it? Jonathan Long?
Jonathan Peter Long. Vanulda Vega.
Is it Amelia Janet Melendez. Griselda Rosario. Rosario? Miguel Rosario. Alexa Crisbo. Samaria Bridges. I need you. Kadiro Slash. Okay. Cinderella Constant. Bridget Kent. Bridget Dede Sarbla. Crystal Lee Bento. Dina Marigelo. Alexandria Texera. Alexandria Texera.
Nikki Marcia Vitale. Diane Carter. Bruna Morales Leet. Yolanda Molina. Randy Bias. Francesca Marie Jean-Pierre.
First, what's your middle name?
Michael Casale Seco. Krista Kelly. Jacqueline Knight. Zanelle Briggs. Eileen Catherine McGuire. Sandra Andrade. Danielle Lisa Vasone. Anthony Davis. Beatrice Stepek. Kayon Chambers. Jessica Mowat. Dawn Marie Cahoon. Cheryl Pamela Lewis.
I feel like I'm screaming.
Corinne Balazer. Rachel Burwell. Claude Desir. Elias Fernandez Montero. Gail Patricia Hearns Rogers. Betty Falcone. Neil Anthony Boyd. Christopher Conway. Natalie Ann Jones. Ariana Texera. Christina Lavier. Naomi Perez. Whole thing. Dale Adai Mensa Smith. Medina Angelise Rancifier. Octavia Dankunda. Lynette Nicole Etienne. Ruth Nazzolini. Nadej Bellamy. Victoria Pappas. Marie Destin. Agatha Nunkanjako. Merville Elizabeth Peart. Sandra Overshone. Denise Pixley English. Ashley Montero. Colleen Sullivan.
Anale, right? Amici?
Anale Amici.
Congrats.
Maxine Williams. Christina Gonzalez. Kedian Dixon. Tisha Kerr.
Oh, I'm going too fast.
Carmen Lopez. Richard Rodriguez. Elizabeth Santos. Doris Barrios. Frey Figueroa. Omira Carrion.
Is this at the end?
Wendy Lara Restrepo. Angela Case. Brittany Lynch. Felicia Lumbert. Carla Paul. Teresa Wilson.
Link side.
Tracy Lasing. Peter Bonnie Conye II. Sean Christopher King. Tirsa Maria Romero. Frankie Vera. Jessica Virginia Atwood. Charlene Watson.
I'm trying to like let it go.
Lori Hannaford.
Huberto.
Brooke Huberto. Lima. Ana Paula da Silva Resende Johnson. Lorianne Bergeron. Kendia Vertas. Maisha Williams. Vivica McLemore. Oh, Vivian McLemore. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Mahalia Beck. Kirsten Rios Pistor. Sean Blagden. April Ford. Isata Sharif. Padilla. Felicia Padilla. Megan Ann Duchesne. Almonte. Catherine Almonte. Catherine Rodriguez Almonte. Genesis Priscilla Quezada. Emmanuel Ortega. Eurydice Jimenez. Bernal Stanford. Gordonia Kundif. Sorry. Melissa Alvarez. Matthew Page Shelton. Filomena Pereira. Isabel Maria Rosario. Rosa Hernandez. Simona Gordon. Alexander Green III. Mariama Council. Jennifer Just. Is it Wesley? Michelle Wesley. Benixa Marie Rodriguez Gonzalez. Iris Minavera Rivera de Jesus. Lourdes Encarnacion. Kimberly Pagella. Danielle Rassicott. Jennifer Fitzgerald. Sashay Walls. Emily Burke. Courtney Whalen. Joseph McLaughlin. Say it one more time.
What's your first name?
Achiri Asongwen. Judy Collin.
Anytime they have a test, you have to announce their thing that they've earned.
What? Omer Kamamamut.
If they have an honorary, whatever, then you have to announce it.
Faridu Nori.
I don't know what she's saying. I have to announce what. Helen? Saglam?
Pelin Saglam. Kubra Sarp. Jacqueline Annette Faison. Linda Klein. Denise Stevens. Sigma Beta Theta, Joseph Anthony Rodriguez.
Lucine?
Wilkins Lucane.
Abigail.
Abigail Claudine Quegby. Nadej Bupin.
I hope I said that right.
Wichulada Tupin.
Taupin? Taupin? Vijaya Pudasaini.
Vijaya Pudasaini.
Fernie?
Fernay Munera. Valentia Dimitra Kalitri. Hazar Topalalu. Varun Navaluri. Juan Bernal Velez. Jasmine Valentine. Mamadou Berry. Tanvir Murad. Jenny Vlada Tesa Mercelin. Angela Sade Williams. Marlene Ebanks. Manuela Valduga. Achal Khatri. Franklin Herwing. Cesar Maribel Rivera. Iris Ayat. Paulina Butler. Shuang Ting Shu. Lilia Zilberstein. Chen Tyne Ting Nugent. Vandana Gautami. Chaiwat Pupisut. Amanda Gallagher. Jamie Eduardo Chan. Natasha Maria Chavez. Nasida Hakim Belimbago. Ahmed Giat. Saleh Daher. Elizabeth Sumito dos Santos. Cynthia Ayanru.
Yes.
Robin Shahid Belat. Robin Carroll. Sholanda Tanika Ankrum. Sigma Beta Delta Rosa Arroyo.
She's also
Sigma Beta Delta Julie Montree. Sigma Beta Delta Mahesben Munshi. Joyce Huggins. Fanny Lopez. Marco Antic. Melody Cotby. Sylvia Maria Cabral. Adnan Hasaba. Mohammed Abueshi. Catherine Turgeon. Vivian Natulo. Martin Sichewa. Viparat Pitpuvite. Atapong Iapinyaku. Menhasara Patmas.
Madam President,
Madam Provost,
it is my pleasure to now present to you the candidates from the School of Undergraduate Studies for the Bachelors of Arts for the Bachelors of Arts in Early Education and Care, Bachelors of Arts in Multidisciplinary Studies, Bachelors of Arts in Psychology, Bachelor of Science in Healthcare Management, Bachelor of Arts in Human Services, Bachelor of Science in Management Studies, Bachelor of Science in Managerial Accounting, Bachelor of Science in Natural and Applied Sciences, and Bachelor of Science in Wellness and Health Promotion. I am pleased to present to you, Madam President, the candidates for the aforementioned degrees.
By the power vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Cambridge College, it is my privilege to confer upon you the Bachelor of Arts in Early Education and Care, Bachelor of Arts in Multidisciplinary Studies, Bachelor of Arts in Psychology, Bachelor of Arts of Science in Healthcare Management, Bachelor of Science in Human Services, Bachelor of Science in Management Studies, Bachelor of Science in Managerial Accounting, Bachelor of Science in Natural and Applied Sciences, and Bachelor of Science in Wellness and Health. I do so with all the rights, privileges, honors, and responsibilities appertaining thereunto. Graduates, you may now come forward.
Charlene Blake. Alazar Tefra. Beverly D'Espirito Santos. Maria Arlington. Richard Welch. Semedo. Elena Semedo. Mary Laporte. Mary Laporte. Tony Jones. Andrew Woods. Ruth Louisant. Maria Vescruva. Michelle Burris. Judy Joanne Richardson. Lisa Sandros. Phoebe Goodman. Piachet Klundi. Gloriana Porpio. Sandra Guzman. Jessica McBride. Melissa McDonald's. Claudia Olivero. Jessica Marie Valentin. Liz Benitez. Sharmika White. Diana Velasquez. Fedney Remy. Faithlyn Excel. Kathleen Thomas. Jamal Thomas. Mark Alexis. Robert Trin. Megan Marie Perry.
Clemens.
Katie Clemens.
Siamala.
Mbui Deborah Siamala. Noris Diaz. Sylvia Rodriguez. Ricardo Perez. Chantal Luazu. Yvelle Sherry. Stacy Goulet. Tona Golding. Jennifer Texera.
McClure.
Shineri McClure. Alanette Colin. Amber Salcido. Diana Cortez. Mardoche Constant.
Brenda LaFrance.
Brenda LaFrance. Elisanta Torres. Geminuti Rosario. Alexander Hernandez. Jaquea Pickney. Denisha Phillips.
Barrington Price.
Barrington Aaron Price. Efren Arias. Lorena Lyons. Justin Ortiz. Liam Lane.
Now you can party.
Marion Rodriguez. Vermilia May Mosley. Nicole Johnson.
Espinal.
Maria Espinal. Colleen Bush. Angelique Herlin. Linner. Mara Linner. Annabella LeBeau. Nels Gomes.
Oliveria.
Raul Oliveria. Jose Rodriguez. Kayla Alviles. Astrid Aponte. Jasmine Perez Pimentel. Iman Cohen Whitaker. Tanisha Hollis. Marsha Arthur. Kefna Etienne. Cassandra Lewis. Janisa Polanese. Joanne Sain. James Souza. Elaine Margaret Mukaza. Vanessa Hernandez. Jacqueline Gorito Cole. Giovanni Bradley Campbell. Anne Lorente. Kathleen Burke. Kimberly Lewis. Samra Amat. Natasha Malila. Or Aiden. Salim Farhat. Vusal Ibrahimov. Anishka Bielak. Ashok Adakari. Mustafa Amin. Sering Guru. Michelle Haynes. Indra Cruz. Joanne Oliveri. Jessie Ann Surratt. Vivian Rodriguez Morel. Sarah Cashman. Kiwana Neal. Shermike White. Valine Emile. Salida Jones. Sigma Beta Delta Glenn McKinney. Samar Alhananza. Sandra Malanquage. Latima Ortega. Keisha Washington. Gerline Mangret. Conjet Magister. Felix Serrano. Carrie Ann Pinkham. Bundy Penkham. Grady Moran. Katora Corden. Annie Jean. Lori Michelle Jean Baptiste. DePisa. Shakita DePisa. Dorlini Medina. Lindsay Tavares. Saida Moore. Norez Rodriguez. Patricia Travancore. Aldina Alves. Julie Dorsey.
So while the room is almost empty, I want to close our program with just a closing remark to the students. A charge, if you will, for what happens when you leave today armed with your degree. I've already talked to you about standing for something, so my final words are words that I hope you will hold true in your heart. Be yourself. Embrace what makes you special and different. The world will challenge you and make you doubt your gifts and your talents. It will challenge you to compromise your beliefs and your integrity. It will position you to make choices that seem untenable. Remember who you are. Remember where you've come from. You are blessed with the gifts, the talents, and the values to be your true self in this world. You are who you were meant to be. You are worthy, and you are warriors. Our chairwoman, Susan Eiffel, has a favorite quote that she likes to share. I want you to hear it as you leave here today. Fate whispers to the warrior, you cannot stand the storm. The warrior whispers back, I am the storm, and you are the warriors. Cambridge College, class of 2018, God bless, Godspeed, Cambridge College forever! Forever. Thank you.
Thank you, President Jackson. Ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you please remain seated as we conclude our commencement exercises with the platform and student recessional. After the stage and the graduate seating have cleared, please join us as we celebrate the class of 2018 at the post-commencement reception tent at the rear of the pavilion. Thank you, and congratulations to all of you.